Hey everyone, let's talk about the Q4 results released today. So Astral, Colgate have come up with the results. So Astral is in the consumer space. Colgate is from the FMCG space. So we already discussed a video where we said that FMCG companies are looking weak and Colgate results were expected to be weak. So if you had gone through that video, you would have found an opportunity to short Colgate earlier in the start of the week. So Oil India has come with the poor result. Indigo and NALCO have come with blockbuster results. So let's look at them one by one. So Astral profit growth is down, was expected to go down by minus 3.7%, and sales growth was expected to be 7.75%. So it was already a weak quarter that was expected. In terms of results, profit growth was minus 2%, whereas sales growth was only 3.3%. So the results were below estimate from a sales point of view. So profit wise, again, it is still a weak result from a YOY point of view. Whereas QOQ basis, there is a 20% sales growth and a 58% profit growth. The company has recovered from the poor performances in the last 2 quarters and have bounced back from a quarterly perspective. But YOY, it is still a bad result. Let's look at Colgate. So in terms of Colgate, it was expected to have a flat result, 2.33% sales growth and 2.8% profit growth. When you look at the numbers, sales growth is minus 2%, which is bad, and profit growth is minus 6%. So there is a lot of margin pressure. There is also a lot of sales pressure, as we already discussed. Urban demand is slowing down. Inflation is eating up the cost and increasing the raw material cost, which is resulting in margins going down. So Colgate looks extremely weak. National Aluminium has come with fantastic results. We yesterday discussed about NALCO. So commodity prices continue to remain the primary factor here. So aluminum prices are at a very high level. So the sales growth expected was 31% and 110% profit growth was expected. But the company exceeded expectations, 47% sales growth and 107% profit growth, which is again phenomenal. The next one is Indigo. Indigo was expected to give very good results during last quarter, but they had a one-off expense in forex charges, which led to a poor PAT last quarter. But this quarter is expected to be one of the best due to Mahakumbh related travel, and typically December and March quarter are expected to be the best for companies like airlines because of holiday season. So 39% profit growth and 23% sales growth was expected, but the company has exceeded expectations. So 24% sales growth and 62% profit growth. So Oil India looks weak, minus 3% sales growth, minus 20% profit growth is expected, whereas the company showed minus 6% sales growth and minus 23% profit growth. Whereas from a quarterly perspective, the results are better, 14% QOQ sales growth and 30% profit growth, which is good from a quarterly point of view. Now let's look at individual companies one by one. Um, so Oil India, they're talking about their performance throughout the financial year 2025. So the company has achieved highest combined 6.75 MMT. So crude oil production increased by 2.95%. Overall, YO year on year 20 FY25 10.13% profit growth. So, and they have also spoken about dividend, and that's it. So when you look at Astral, so Astral, there is a volume growth of 3.4% in the whole year. Let's look at the numbers in detail. If you look at this year, right? So YOY revenue 3.4%, whereas QOQ there is a 20% top move. So EBITDA 34.4, which is 2.8%. So again, sorry, EBITDA is 18.5%. When compared to last year, it was low. When compared to last quarter, it has improved. So profit 10.6% when compared to 8.1% in last quarter and 11.2% in the Q4 of last year. So AOA minus 5%, whereas QOQ 50% up. So they have primarily two things. One is the plumbing business, and the other one is the paints and adhesive business, which they have recently launched. And they are competing again with Asian Paints. Asian Paints has got a lot of competitors, right from Aditya Birla to Astral. So they have launched paints. They also launched other adhesives, and they are now competing with Pidilite. So their core business is pipes and plumbing. Now they have been diversifying and launching a lot of new products. So their core business has not grown much, 1.3%, 4.6%. Whereas from a QOQ perspective, there is again a good growth, 24%. Whereas if you look at the paints business and adhesives business, this is a new business. This is expected to have a low base effect and this should have been growing fast. But even here you can see only minimal growth, 9% YOY and minus 4% EBITDA fall. So this is what they are iterating here. So demand scenario in polymer industry was negative, but in spite of such a challenge, our company was able to deliver positive growth in volume and consolidated revenue by 3.5% and 2.8% growth in EBITDA. So PVC raw materials were high. As said, the raw material prices are extremely high. That is one of the reasons why the prices remained at 92.6 rupees per kg, and then it has fallen down to 75. So basically, this is one reason why the company's top line has got affected. In spite of that, the company says that they've been able to maintain a decent margin even after such huge fluctuation in raw materials. So they have started a plant in Hyderabad. They have started producing pipes over there. So they also have bathware, which has seen a 51% YOY growth. Adhesive business has only grown by 14.5%. Yeah, these are the primary things from this company. So they have done a capex. They have increased their production capacity of plumbing from 334,040 million ton to 3,181, basically an increase of 48,000 million ton. So that's it from Astral. So let's look at the next company, which is Colgate. Yeah, Colgate is only talking about their financial year. So Q4 net sales down by 2%. Overall, if you look at the whole year, they have grown at 6.3%. Net profit growth of 8.5%. They have maintained their products superiority through relaunch. They recently came up with an initiative called AI powered dental screening. They have been, this is one important part of their marketing activity to do, have a strong brand recall. So they have declared a dividend of 27 rupees now, which is phenomenal, along with a total dividend of 51 rupees for the whole financial year. So yeah, these are the whole numbers for the whole year: 5.6% sales growth and 8.5% profit growth for the whole financial year. So what they are seeing here is this is the most important thing. So the operating environment is challenging in the second half of the year, primarily due to softening urban demand and intensified competition, which impacted Q4 performance. So despite these, we remain steadfast in our commitment to strategic priorities. So they continue to have solid margins. Okay, so everything is story. So what they are, the other line is the important line is this. So we anticipate continued near-term macro headwinds, whereas we expect to see a gradual recovery in the market conditions in the later part of the year. So even they are also saying that probably in the H2 of next year, the market will rebound. So FMCG industry is likely to remain in this zone for the next 1 to 2 quarters. Maybe if monsoon is above average, rural demand might pick up. Maybe then urban demand may pick up after 1 or 2 quarters. Yeah, other than that, there is nothing else they have mentioned. Now let's talk about National Aluminium. So they have shown phenomenal numbers. So net profit of 2078 crores, 105% growth YOY. So revenue, it has posted highest ever net profit. So the next point they are talking is highest ever net profit. They are saying YOY increase of 158%. Highest ever revenues of 16,788 crores, and fuel based strong aluminum and alumina prices. The company is also doing a lot of expansion. So typically, right, as we discussed earlier, we spoke first about Hindalco in our first commodity video in December. So right then it was a very good time to pick up all these commodity stocks like Hindalco, HEG, and National Aluminium. So now we are in the middle of a cycle. So the cycle started in the last quarter. Now the second quarter has ended. So as long as commodity prices remain strong, these stocks can continue to remain a good opportunity for investment. Again, this is cyclical. Cyclicals are highly risky. Whenever the cycle turns, the stock can drastically fall as long as aluminum prices remain high. Yesterday, we spoke in the other video about the price of Hindalco being proportionally moving in aggregation to the price of copper. So, similarly, if aluminum prices go up, the stock price of National Aluminium will also go up. Whenever the cycle turns down, right? We are probably in the middle to late stage of the cycle. So probably for the next few 2 to 3 quarters, this strong performance might continue. The company will do expansion, and then later when the cycle turns around, all this expansion will be not be used properly. Thank you. In another video, we'll talk about the fiasco and fraudulent charges in Indus IND Bank, which is struggling. They have posted extremely bad results. We can talk about that in a separate video. So keep watching for that. If you like this video, hit a like, subscribe to our channel, and keep posting your questions as comments. Thank you.